I haven't posted anything about my life-size Rinko in a while, and that's because she's actually getting posed for me right now. So I decided to work on Congo some more. As you all know, she is fully completed, but I've been watching the Azur Lane anime, and the one thing I've noticed is that it really rips off rips off of two animes. ARP, which is this anime here, also known as Blue Steel, or the actual title of the anime will be in the title of the video, and that Kawaii collection, or whatever it is, I forget what it's called. Well, actually, I don't know how to properly pronounce it, but if you watch anime like I do, you most likely know the exact same ship girl anime I'm talking about. It seems to do a meshing of both without the nice, cool, overpowered warships of AP of ARP. So I decided, why don't I just rip off Azure Lane and do something similar to Congo here. So right here, I have a test turret. This is one of the turrets that is off of Congo's model from the game they have for the anime. This turret here is to get the general scaling for what I want. As you can tell, it's not exactly the nicest looking thing, and it's also cross-eyed. And you know what? This is a perfect demonstration of World of Warships. The turrets on those ships are cross-eyed as fuck. So at least I can say I replicated one of the World of Warship turrets also by accident. But like I said, this is just a testing turret to get the general size and whatnot to figure if I got everything out. Figure if I got everything right. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have an arm go about to here. Same thing on both sides. And I'm going to have one set of turrets in the front. And I'm going to have another secondary arm branching off that first arm. In the other set of turrets going to go about here or so, give or take, because Congo herself is a 4 turret ship. So I'm going to be doing all 4 turrets on her. But like I said, I have a general idea. I'm thinking maybe something like Belfast, or maybe one of the other 4 turret ships from the anime. I'll use those for inspiration. And I can't even hold anything apparently. But here's one of the things Here's one of the things that I'm very interested in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get 4 9 gram servos from Amazon, and with those 9 gram servos, they're going to allow me to let the turrets spin. Now they're not going to do a full 360, but what they're going to be doing is that the servos will be tied to the rock crawler that's usually in the front right here. They'll be tied to the ESC that rock crawler has, because there's an extra 3-pin port for normal standard servo. So I can wire up all 4 servos and then just wire harness them directly to the RC car. That way, so whenever I tell the RC car to turn, the turrets will also turn, giving a mimic of like she's actually looking around with the turrets. And plus, they'll just add a little bit more to. It'll just add just that bit more presence to her at my anime convention, and just whenever I'm out and about on Halloween, because I'm fairly certain I'm going to have this little addition that finished way before Halloween comes up. So Halloween will be the test night for Congo to really see if she can actually survive normal, like an actual convention like area, if it's not raining, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back when I get a finalized turret completed. So yeah. Alright, so here is the finished turret. There's still a little bit more I got to add. I got a little piece right here to make it a little more higher off the ground, and also make it so I can hide the wiring and the servo. Of course, you'll be able to see what everything looks like when I get all the turrets completed and actually attached to Congo's base. But like I said, this is the more or less the finished turret, and overall it looks great. And of course, it also has lights in it. And the way I did that is that they're embedded slightly so it looks proper. Now, of course, it can be constant on like this, and whatnot. But with this little controller here, with those little cheap LEDs you can get from Wally World, these are Halloween Wally World LEDs. I have the options for a few different for a few different lighting patterns if I want at a certain time. And that's just full on. But I think for the most part at the convention I'm gonna be going full on because, well, having these other ones looks kind of stupid. Maybe the pulsing one just to have a little bit more, but again, for the most part when I'm at my conventions or when I'm at the convention and whatnot, I'll be most likely using this. Or I might actually tie these LEDs to my to the music. I don't know yet, because I do have a Bluetooth speaker inside Congo. But for now, I'm just gonna have them run off this little battery pack. So what I will do is I will come back when I get these turrets fully completed, every single one. So it'll be about like maybe 2 days, 3 days max before I cut back with the final completed turrets. So due to the magic of editing, the next part will come like that. Alright, so day 2 is now done. I just finished all 4 turrets, got them all lit up. And the one nice thing about the LEDs I'm using, or at least the box that the LEDs are powered by, is that it doesn't matter what polarity I have the LEDs, they will still work. My bet is that the way this little LED box is designed is that it swaps between positive and negative at a set amount of rate to where you don't see any flickering in the LEDs. But if I go to actually change what the LEDs do, you'll notice that these two sets have their individual guns firing, but these two have each guns firing at the exact same rate, which means that these two guns have their polarities set proper, while these two are not proper, but yet they still fully function, as you clearly saw if I just swap between the stupid settings. Again, for the most part, when I'm at the anime conventions and whatnot, I'm gonna be having the guns just being full on like this at all times. So the next thing I gotta do is build a little piece at the that raises the turrets up by a little bit, which is on the actual ship. Give me a second. Is this little collar piece right here. Now I've been going through the Azur Lane anime trying to figure out how exactly the turrets are set up. From the way from what I've been able to tell with the actual turrets here, is that they don't have these right here on them. What they do is usually like Belfast or a few of the other characters. Mostly the characters have their turrets just flat on an actual plate. But since I want to have something new, since I want to be able to hide the servo and also give the servo a little bit of lift from the actual thing that they'll be sitting on, I'm going to be building this piece here. So now what I need to do is I need to figure out how big of a circle I need to make for the underpiece here. I'm also going to have a nice little foam board buffer right here that the little circle will be sitting on. It will cover up all this area, make it a little bit more nice and sturdy, and also make it a little bit more clean. So I still got a little ways to go, but the main sections of the turrets are now finally complete. Building this section here shouldn't take no more than a day for all 4. Heck, I should be able to get all 4 of their little sections figured out, or not figured out, but put together in about 3 hours for everything. So I'm going to at least tonight get the this one figured out, and then finish the rest of these guys off tomorrow with the little bomb pieces. I also do have servos on the way, so Thursday, Friday, I should be able to get those mounted into the turrets. And hopefully by Saturday, dependent, I should have a full video up of this thing being fully completed with these turrets doing what they're supposed to, spinning around, fully painted, and looking awesome. If not by Saturday, most likely by Monday. If not by Monday, most definitely by Tuesday. So with that said, I will end this video here, upload it, and continue on from here.